First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dawab from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And hey, this is just gonna be quick, man. I end up coming across an article on Instagram, just going through Instagram. And I came across this article about the Baiju people. And it was kind of interesting because it said two things that caught my attention about these people. It said, first and foremost, they can hold their breaths underwater for 13 minutes. The second thing it said is that they got a large spleens, which allows them flexibility. And not only that, they can go 60 meters under the water. So that means they can dive 60 meters under the water. So with that being said, you got to understand, a meter is 3 feet 3 inches. 60 meters will be like 196 feet. The average person can only, well, I'm going to read up some stuff. I kind of looked it up. But either way it goes, this kind of interested me, and it just lets you know that, hey, whether the Lord, when you look at Psalms, 82, it says, ye are gods, but ye shall die as men. You shall die as the princes, but you look at the feats but the things that our people are capable of doing. When you look at Michael Jordan, how far he can jump or how high he can jump. When you look at the boxing skills of Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. When you look at the jumping skills of some of those athletes when they at the Olympics. When you look at Usain Bolt, who can run 30 miles per hour or almost get up to 30 miles per hour, that's insane speed. This just lets you know, man, who we are, man. This just lets you know that, hey, we are the children of the Yahweh, And just wait until we get those real bodies, those new bodies. Man, can you imagine when we get our new bodies, what we're going to be able to do? Hey, forget 13 minutes. Forget being able to swim 196 feet. Man, we're going to be able to do anything and everything. But I'm going to read up on these people and I'm going to get a few scriptures and then I'm going to end it. So I just found this fascinating. It says the Baiju, also known as the Sea Gypsies or Seamas, are a maritime people. People primarily living in Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. For over 1,000 years, they have lived in a semi-nomadic life on the sea, developing unique cultural traditions centered around their seafaring and exceptional free diving skills. Their bodies have physically evolved to be better at diving, including having a larger spleen, which allows for extended breath-holding capabilities. And I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to go to the exceptional diving abilities. It says, over the generation, their bodies have adapted to a marine environment with a notably larger spleen that acts as a reservoir for oxygen. They are renowned for their free diving prowess, with some able to hold their breaths for 13 minutes and dive to a significant depth. It says when you go there, their traditional way of life is facing challenges from government resettlement programs, maritime boundaries, overfishing, and over environmental changes. So this and this is just some of the things. But I want to sit up here and there was something I wanted to read that I was looking for, Salakia brothers. Damn. I had looked at it, Salakia. I had looked at it and I was looking it up and I can't find it. I cannot find it. God damn it. I can't find it because it showed you how far they can dive, and I can't see it. I can't find it. It showed you how far they can dive, and I can't find it. pissed because I just seen it, and it said how far they can dive. Baju people diving. I'm gonna go to the feet. I knew I seen it. Baju people. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. The Baju people can dive to a depth of over 200 feet, about 60 meters, and hold their breath for up to 13 minutes. That's what I was looking for. So, with that being said, now I sit up here and looked up something else. Now, when you go to the average person, it says the average person can hold their breath underwater for 30 to 90 seconds. But it says often, and it says the depth a person can safely go without scuba gear, typically limited to by the breathing holding ability and the ability to endure pressure with fears rather than physical limitations, often restricting the average person to a depth of 5 meters, 16 meters or less, 16 feet or less. You know, but it says, oh, here it is. Now this was the other. That means that most people can dive up to a maximum of 60 feet safely. For most swimmers, a depth of 20 feet is the most that they will free dive. Experienced divers can safely dive to a depth of 40 feet. So think about that. They said the safety is 60 feet. Most people stay within 20 feet. Experienced divers go about 40 feet. But that just sit up here and let you know, 200 feet, man, that's where most marine life is living. 200 fucking feet. Can you imagine the pressure? Can you imagine holding your breath? And like I said before, man, I looked this stuff up and I was like, man, is this some real shit or some bullshit? You know, because motherfuckers just be putting stuff up out there, CGI, AI, and all sorts of nonsense. But, you know, I looked it up, man, and they got many articles on them. So, you know, but that also just lets you know, man, that, hey, you know, the Lord, man. The Lord is amazing, man. You know, the Lord is just amazing. 13 minutes underwater, 200 feet under, 13 minutes you can hold your breath, 200 feet you can dive. That's amazing. But I'm just going to grab a few scriptures, man, and, you know, and end it. The first scripture I'm going to sit up here and grab is the one I had kind of quoted earlier, and that's, what is that, Psalms 82. It says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. You know? And that's the thing. You know, the Lord said ye are gods. Well, guess what? We're going to fall like one of the princes. We're going to fall like regular men. We're going to die like regular men because of going off. You know? And you think about these Baju people, man, who can go underneath the water, man. It just lets you know. And best believe, I'm quite sure, they're Israelites. Those are Israelites. Matter of fact, I didn't do something. Let me go back to something. I didn't do something because I didn't show some pictures. I was going to sit up here and show you some images of them. And let me show some images. As you see here, images. You know, here's one right here. You know. You know, here's a few images of them. They got some of the same ones. Guy right here. Some of the people. So here are the images I just want to sit up here and show. You know, some of the images I didn't show them earlier. But it said up here, it said, Psalms 82 and 6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. And I always sit up here and go into like I was saying before, Usain Bolt, you know, how high brothers can jump, 40, 50, 60-inch verticals, you know, running, you know, heavy lifting. Man, you know, it just sit up here and shows you that how good we are at almost everything that we do. And that's just being a son of the Lord, a son of Yahweh, you know, point blank period. How much more when we get those bodies, which I'm going to sit up here and read now, Salakia for all the talking. Let me go ahead and go to Isaiah real quick. 40. This is Isaiah 40, around 30. They said this is Isaiah 40 and 30. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, being flight. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. And that also goes with swimming. Run and be not weary. Walk and not faint. Wings like eagle, which is flight. Can you imagine when we get those new bodies and things that we're going to be capable of doing? And I can't wait, man. I can't really wait to get out of these chains of darkness, man. And I'm quite sure a lot of other brothers can't wait, man. The sicknesses, the health issues that's going on with it, knee problems, arthritis, all sorts of stuff, And we do everything we can to make sure we keep our bodies healthy, man. But the beautiful thing is, man, when it's all said and done in the kingdom, we ain't got to worry about none of this. But this was just also talking about these Baiju people. I just thought it was amazing. 13 minutes under the water, being able to dive 200 feet. Man, that's just amazing. And that just shows you the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I like to say Kwam Yasharallah and Abba Babal and Anya Habadam Malakim. Shalom.